Okay, let's see. What am I gonna wear tomorrow? Wow, really? Only one pair of jeans left? How'd I let this slip? Well, guess I gotta get a little laundry done. If you're washing jeans, you should only ever put in 6 or less. Any more and you might break your washing machine. Overloading is how our old top loader broke. Somebody put like a quilt and some shirts in there, and then the quilt got pushed to one side, which threw the equilibrium of the spin cycle off. So it started shaking and fucking making all types of racket until it tore itself apart from the inside. Shit was crazy. Sometimes I wish that the visual representation of status effects from video games were real. It would probably make life a little bit easier. Let's say you're hiking. Don't know why, but let's say you're hiking and something bites you and scutters off. If you don't start glowing purple immediately, you know you're not poisoned. I would love for the opportunity to either flip a table in outrage with a whole bunch of shit on it, just stuff goes everywhere, or put someone through a table and then it just breaks out into one of those romanticized brawl sequences where everybody's just beating the shit out of each other, but magically nobody leaves like severely injured. Oh, that shit would be great. And I know I'm not the only one who wants it. That's just one of those guy dreams that most dudes would agree on. Ooh, I hate looking at comb overs. They are so pathetic looking. If you're balding and you have the friar tuck going on, just grow a goatee. Just rock the professor look. It works. Don't get a mustache and a soul patch though, because then you look creepy. And don't not have facial hair, because then you look like the guy who's going to be alone forever. But if you're brolic or black, just shave it all off. Who cares? The only thing that would make like a monster or a maniac attacking you or whatever scarier is if they were yelling at you in a language you didn't understand. Like fucking German or Portuguese or a mixture of the two or what the fuck ever. You'd be in your basement where this would most likely occur, and you'd hear like Zundenidia from your closet, and you'd be like, what? And then all of a sudden he fucking kicks open the door, he's like, you're like, holy shit, I don't know what he's saying, some fucking Chinese, Jamaican shit, but I know he's aggressing me right now and I gotta go. I believe that once you're legally old enough to drink, you should not be buying Natty Ice anymore. I mean, if you get it for free or you're at a party, go ahead. But you should not be buying garbage beer for yourself. I would go so far as to say it should be legally impossible for you to buy it when you're of age. You take it to the counter and they scan your ID. It's like, sir, this ID is legit. Unless you're a teenager or frat boy rapist, you should not be buying this. Go put it back. Same goes for Pabst Blue Ribbon too. I don't care if in your neck of the woods it costs as much as good beer because hipsters keep buying it, thusly they raise the price. Get good beer. In fact, that's an even better reason to buy the good beer if the garbage beer costs the same. I wonder whose job it is to place stop signs. I've been driving for what I'd say about 6 years now, and I've noticed some inconsistencies. I mean, sometimes they're at T-junctions, which I don't get. Sometimes they're everywhere, sometimes they're lax in placement. Is there some type of ingenious system that I don't get here? Like some mathematical equation placed on the most safest spots for these stop signs? I mean, is there a committee? There has to be a committee. There can't just be one guy placing all the street signs. All I know is the guy who places the yield signs hardly shows up to any meetings because there's hardly any yield signs anywhere. But when he does, I'm pretty sure he gets into arguments with the stop sign guy over semantics. So apparently we have a helium shortage. I heard about this like 2 years ago, and I don't really think of it as a big deal myself. Oh no, children aren't gonna have balloons for their birthday parties, who gives a shit? And it just faded into the back of my mind. For some reason, super recently, it just reoccurred to me, so I decided to look up helium. It turns out that they use it in MRI machines. Apparently it's super magnetically conductive, so it helps to give the machine a sharper picture of your brain, and also it cools the machine down after use. Wow, helium is a bit more important than I thought. But then I remembered helium is one of the most abundant elements in the universe. How the hell are we running out of the most abundant element in the universe? How has science not figured out how to draw it from the ether or whatever? Stuff like this makes me feel like the world as a whole is just scientifically behind. But I really don't have the right to complain since I'm not a scientist and don't plan to be one. I mean, science is very interesting, but there is a lot of math involved. Subject that I am not fond of. Just grab my stuff and get ready for bed. Or sit up all night and web surf. Yeah, that seems more probable.